one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. It's gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado, free smoke. Look, scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much I have you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa Bars forever, like they decided to throw me under Slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
When did winning not become the main thing? I always say keep the main thing, where, you know, winning is the only thing that truly matters.
You find yourself alone, riding in green fields with the sun on your face. Do not be troubled. Brothers, what we do in life echoes in eternity.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Yo, we had an episode go up last night and it didn't upload properly, so half the show was missing. I cannot explain to you why half the fucking show was missing, but half the show was missing. Like 20 minutes of the show was missing. So I ended up taking the show down once I got up today. Or once it became apparent to me that the fucking show didn't have the whole show. So, you know, if you saw the video that was uploaded, you know, I guess you got to see a lost episode because I am not re-uploading that. I already talked to the person who helped me upload stuff. We ain't re-uploading that. So I do appreciate you guys for being here tonight. This is one of them special episodes where I'm in the middle of watching a game and we doing the show early tonight. But the Dallas game's still going on. It's fourth quarter, 14 minutes left, 13-27 Dallas. They just got another stop on Philadelphia. Well, it's 39 right now for Dallas, but I imagine they're going to pick this up. Let's see. Well, it's a holding call, so it's definitely getting brought back. Oh, well, it got broken up anyway, so it ain't going to... Dallas finna get off the field. But anyways, I'm watching this Eagles-Philly game, Sunday night football game. But we're going to do this show as I watch the game. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all watching the game right now, but when this go up, you won't be watching the game. So, you know, a lot of things to talk about, man. So on the last episode, I started off talking about Ruby Rose. And I realized when I started watching the uploaded version, it cut that whole, like, excuse me. We didn't start off talking about Ruby Rose. That's what the last episode had to start off. But it was like 15-20 minutes of the episode missing. It picked up at the Ruby Rose part. Talking about this dude who paid her like $600,000 or some shit like that. Never met her before. Well, he did recently meet her, but she gave him his number. She said this, I saw this little clip where she was like, Some chick asked her, I'm pretty sure it was a porn star beside her who asked her, did you give him your number? And she was like, man, buddy spent 100 bands on me. You damn right I gave him my number. That's a hilarious line. Stupid, but hilarious. Yeah, because I would never give my real phone number out to, I don't care how much you spend on me. If I don't find you attractive or I think you a creep or something, like, bro, you're not getting my number, bro. You might get a social media or something like that, but you're not getting my number. I do wish women like Ruby Rose, and I'm not talking, I'm not putting no blame on Ruby Rose or nothing like that. Women who know they got pretty privilege, and that's a real thing. I don't know why people act like that don't exist. I done been around a lot of beautiful women who love to act like that don't exist. It actually it's pretty frustrating when you deal with women who act like that does not exist. Like one of my favorite type of people on God's green earth is women who understand they look good and they use it to their advantage, but they not dickheads or nothing like that. Like, they not hoes. They not sleeping around. They not fucking with multiple individuals. They just straight. And I think that the Eagles got called for a penalty because it is now 3rd and 6 all over again after 2 plays just passed. But those type of women, they not looking, they looking for just one person to settle down with. They're not in and out of relationships. They're not holding around. They're not using. All they simply doing is using their pretty privilege to their advantage. That's smart. I cannot, bro. At my job, when I see certain women who look good, who they know these managers want to fuck me, so I'm going to just use it to my advantage. I'm never going to fuck none of them, but I'm going to use it to my... Why I'm going to be mad at something like that? Bro, that's brilliant. That's a great... That you cannot call pass interference on that, bro. Bradbury got to be able to have an opportunity to go for the ball also. I don't like this call that's coming up, but I like women like that, bro. I'm never going to be mad at a woman for being smart, bro. Dead ass. Now, it's women out there who really fucking and doing all that type of stuff to get ahead. I don't respect that. But a pretty woman understanding she can take advantage of her pretty privilege without becoming something she not, or going against her morals. How can you not respect something like that? I respect that. However, because if it's dumbasses out there that's willing to put this type of bread down on you on the OnlyFans, have at it. And I'm pretty sure I didn't even go check Ruby Rose's OnlyFans. I didn't even know who Ruby Rose was until like a couple weeks, probably a month ago. Ruby Rose probably posting feet pics, like pics of her in like sweat, like half naked. She probably not naked on OnlyFans. She probably not fucking on OnlyFans. But you paying all this bread to go. I will never understand these dudes paying for OnlyFans when you can literally go watch free porn. I will never understand it. Most of these porn stars look better than the OnlyFans stars. You can go watch all their catalog for free, but you willing to put bread down. I don't understand it. Y'all financing houses and lives. For what? And what I will never understand, bro, y'all really be paying these women's mortgages and whatnot to see them fuck other dudes, if that's the content they put out. I don't even understand it. And then on top of that, with all the free porn you can get out here, at what point do you decide, yeah, it's really no purpose in me paying for this? Like, this is why I know y'all some sips, because the only reason I can think of that y'all would be paying for this shit, because porn, you would even think to yourself, it's boring watching the same woman do the same shit to different dudes. But I know what it is. Y'all think y'all can get these women. And that's just something else. That's just something else. But my message to women like Ruby Rose, women out there who know they got pretty privilege and whatnot, yo, when you do have pretty privilege and whatnot, I'm not telling you not to use it. What I'm telling you is to be smart about it. I mean, if I'm Ruby Rose's friend, if I'm her homie, I'm like, yo, you got to cut this dude off, man. He talking crazy through these texts. Look at how much he's spending on you. Look at the dude done went and got your face tattooed on him. He got mad throughout it. Like, bro, you got to cut this dude off. Like, I'm not going to tell. I saw Chisel Adonis say that she should just give him the money, refund him the money and call the cops and whatnot and like get a restraining order. I don't know if I go that far as like, well, I know for a fact he ain't getting his bread back. I'm not finna repay you for your stupidity, bro. If you sent me this bread, that's on you. but I will get a restraining order or something put out to like make sure this don't like escalate, or talk to the cops about like, yo, we got a dude, you need it. But then again, they're gonna be like, you gave him your number. I don't think that's what should be said. I know that's what fans gonna say, not cops. I know that's what fans gonna be like, well, she gave me. This is where this is where I'm saying, like, Ruby Rose and women with pretty privileges, you just got to be a little bit smarter, bro. Like, just because you can have any man, do you really want any? Like, this is where that saying come in: all money, not good money. And listen, I'm a money hungry motherfucker. But if I was Ruby's homie, I'd be like, yo, I'm not telling you to send none of this shit back. But what I am telling you is we do need to cut contact off with this dude. He can't send you no more money. Like, you cannot accept any more money from this dude. Like, point blank period. Like, Ruby Rose got to cut the cord off on that. Now, I understand there's going to be women out there who like, bro, why would I cut the cord on this when he keeps sending me bread? All I'm saying is I just want you to be safe. But if you one of them people who going to hustle that well until that well is absolutely dried, have at it. But to my fellas out there, what do you gain from blowing away this type of bread? And I know most men ain't spending this type of bread on a woman, but this type of, bro, this is my problem with people in 2023. Y'all do things for people who y'all not even close to. That's how I know this is some trauma, some mental problems, and it's a lot of things going on that haven't been addressed in people's lives. And I'm sympathetic to some of this, but some of this shit is just insanity to me. Some of y'all really needed a father or something, because spending this type of bread when you could be using this type of bread on any other, like, if I think if you got a monthly subscription to an OnlyFans, you're a weirdo. Like, listen to me. You could be putting that money into a gym membership, plans to do any other type of thing. And this is the thing that's weird about this dude. This dude spent all this money on Ruby Rose. Bro, you could have probably found a Ruby Rose lookalike porn star and paid her to come fuck you. Porn stars got no dignity, no morals, no self-respect. They will fuck anybody. Go look at how this dude look, and you might think he look like a creep, right? It's a porn star out there that will fuck this dude for the right amount of bread. So I don't know why he didn't just put that type of bread down on a porn star, to be completely honest with you. Going for Ruby Rose, these knockoff porn stars on these OnlyFans who hoeing y'all like, bro, OnlyFans is a Ponzi scheme. I don't even know if I'm using that correctly. The OnlyFans is a hustle, in my opinion, bro. Dead ass. They just hustling the mentally ill. It really should be a stop put to it, but whatever. I'm not here to knock nobody's hustle. I just don't like people taking advantage of the mental. To be spending this type of bread on a OnlyFans star when you could just put that type of bread down and hit up a porn star, that don't really make sense to me, bro. But nonetheless, back to my fellas. Listen, don't be this kind of guy. Don't be this kind of guy. This is disgusting behavior, for one. But to put this type of bread down, like I said, this is my problem with 2023 people. You do things for people who don't mean a fucking thing to you, or you make them mean more to you in your head, but this woman ain't never done nothing for this man, and he was willing to put this type of bread down. This is why marriages don't last. I see people willing to do more for people they don't know than the people willing to do for their own spouses and whatnot. It's crazy out here. I don't get it. But it's the season of love, man. It's the holiday season, so, go find somebody to love out there. But it is crazy, this Ruby Rose situation. But as far as like the mental illness, the stupidity, and all that that's flowing around in this thing, it's crazy. Hey, I hate Starbucks. Absolutely hate it. I just want to say I was at Starbucks the other day with somebody. Somebody took me to Starbucks. I guess you want to call it a coffee date or something. I don't know what you want to call it, but I was tired as hell. But she took me to this Starbucks the other day. And I just want to say this. Starbucks, y'all breakfast, not worth the money that's paid for it. That's the first thing. Waste of my time when it came to that. That shit tasted like something I buy out of a fucking freezer aisle. I mean, I probably could have went and got a Jimmy Dean breakfast that tasted the exact same. So I don't know the ingredients y'all using in Starbucks. But Starbucks breakfast is definitely a hustle. Point blank period. I think people think these coffee shops serve the type of things that Panera Bread serve, them soup type kitchen shits. That's not the case. They serving you shit in that kitchen is damn near close to what you would get if you just went to Food Line or some freezer section in your local Dollar General. That's all I'm gonna say about that. 2, them overpriced ass coffees, bro, don't taste that great. Shorty got a coffee, did not taste that. And I done been to Starbucks a couple times. But every time was so far apart. Like, I'm talking about, I went once. It was probably a year and some months before I went again. Cause I'm just not a coffee person. But I want to talk about this nasty ass drink that I ordered. This, strawberry lemonade frost, icy or whatever it was called on the menu. For one, when I got the shit, over half the cup was like a white reddish ice. The bottom half of the cup was just a thick red syrup. And when you pulled the cup up and looked at it from the bottom, just a bunch of strawberry seeds. So, you know, I shake it because I'm like, okay, these jackasses didn't shake it to mix it all together. I'm going to shake it. Did not really change shit. So I put a spoon in it and started stirring it. All it did was make the all it did was slushy up the ice. I start to drink it. The shit literally tastes like a strawberry syrup puree or some shit with the strawberry seeds in it. Needless to say, I will probably never ever eat at Starbucks again or drink anything at Starbucks again. That will probably be the last time I ever let anybody or go by myself if I ever was to go to a Starbucks. It just ain't gonna happen again. I think that shit is overrated. I think white women have made that shit hella popular, but that shit is hella overrated. You gotta be a real big coffee person. Dunkin' Donuts serve better coffee in my opinion. Listen, all I'm saying is you gotta be another thing. I got a cake from there. What kind of, I don't even know what kind of cake it was, bro. It tasted like gingerbread. So I'm guessing it was a gingerbread cake. Shit tasted like a brick. Shit about it. Listen, I could have had a lump in my throat and you would have thought it was like a tumor. Nah, it was that hard ass pound cake. Listen, all I'm saying is this. Maybe it's some Starbucks out there that's great, far greater stores, far greater Starbuckses. I don't know. What I do know is this. Starbucks is overrated. It's overpriced. And white women, y'all can have that as y'all thing, bro. I ain't never at one point in time in my life thought to myself, man, I really like for black people to take over Starbucks and make that a black people thing. Y'all can have that. Y'all can keep that. I really wish, you know, and if you're a coffee lover, ignore the ignorance that's coming out of my mouth. But I hate Starbucks. And I feel how I feel. Point blank, period. I think it is a Ponzi scheme. And that might as well be the phrase of the night, even though I ain't using it right. I know what the definition of a Ponzi scheme is, but I want to use it wrong on purpose tonight. So I'm going to keep thinking of ways to use it improperly. At this point in the game, though, it is the fourth quarter, 8 minutes left, 13-30. I just want to let y'all know the Philadelphia Eagles offense has only put up 6 points. The touchdown that they have came from a scoop and score fumble caused by Fletcher Cox, and Jalen Carter picked it up and returned it for a touchdown. So I don't want you to get in here thinking to yourself, oh, man, the Eagles got 13 points. No, it's worse than what you're thinking. You probably think, oh, the Eagles offense look bad. Well, it's worse than what you even think. However, let's get into the big call of the day, or the call that everybody talking about. It really shouldn't be the call of the day. In the Chiefs-Buffalo game, Buffalo won that game 20-6, 17. Everybody's talking about that last call on Kadarius Toney, the offside, and how Pat Mahomes was so frustrated with it. And, you know, I'm seeing ESPN analysts talk about how they mad about RG3 and Dan Orlovsky not happy about it. And this is my problem with the fucking sports media, man. You get mad at the refs when they make the bad calls. Then you get mad at the refs when they make the right calls, but you don't like that call, so you're mad about it. I just don't get this type of stupidity to go on in sports media. However, I don't understand why Pat Mahomes was mad. Well, I do understand why Pat Mahomes was mad, and I'm going to get to that in a second. But he can't be mad about this. Kadarius Toney was lined up offside. Clearly was lined up offsides. And the reason, Pat Mahomes, you don't see this call much, or the reason you don't think that you done seen it before, because most receivers don't be lined the fuck up offside, especially as far offsides as Kadarius was lined. I don't even know how Kadarius didn't think he was offsides based off of how close he was to the other team. Like, Kadarius line, you got to understand. Kadarius Toney line up at the receiving position how much in his career? And he couldn't just use his basic math skills and peripherals to think to himself, I'm a little closer than normal. Let me back up. Pat Mahomes could have saw that and didn't call and could have not hiked the ball before he got Kadarius fixed. None of that happened. I'm not finna sit here and get mad at the refs. Now, I can't stand the refs. The refs called 8 fucking flags in the first quarter of that Dallas game before they even, that's the first quarter and you throw out 8 flags, bro. However, aside from, and also, matter of fact, I'll get to that in a minute. So I'm not finna get mad at a ref, for making the right play, the right call. I just don't like this call. Now, I know what some people might say. Saint, you can't say that because you said in the Super Bowl with the Eagles that the refs cannot decide the game off of that call. Well, let's break it down because you're right. But however, what I would like to remind you is I said I wouldn't have threw the flag on that. I didn't think that was a penalty big enough to call. I didn't argue that the refs didn't think that was a penalty. My argument was, well, no, I did. Wait a minute. Hold up. Because I think the Eagles just fumbled the ball again. The Eagles got 3 fumbles in this game, all by their 3 best players. Devontae, AJ, Jalen Hurts. All 3 of them done fumbled the ball after making big plays. But my argument was, why make that 50-50 call in that moment of the game? Like, that's a flag that could have been kept in your pocket and you did not have to, because that flag determined that was a direct outcome determiner of the game. The flag that they called in this game, for one, it was the right call. It wasn't no 50-50 flag. It was 100% offsides. But on top of that being a call that did not determine the game, because the only reason people mad is because of the play that happened as that was happening. They scored on it. Bro, you still could have scored afterwards. You lost. Y'all got deflated by that. And I'm going to get into that more also, but Kadarius Toney's actions deflated the fans and the team. Whose problem is it that Kadarius Toney keep getting put in positions to fuck the Chiefs? Because you know where he sat the rest of the game? Andy Reid can come out and say he agreed with Pat Mahomes or whatever. You know what Andy Reid did after that play? Kadarius Toney sat on the sideline the rest of the game. So Andy Reid might have not have liked that they called that called that offsides, but clearly he knew it was an offsides because he kept Kadarius' ass on that sideline the rest of the game. Because you know what that told me? He said, I can't keep letting this motherfucker fuck the game for us. Even Tony Romo, and I get irritated listening to a Tony Romo game. And I didn't know how to feel about it at the moment because he clearly turned back into Tony Romo, the quarterback. I don't know if you should be going at players the way that he was going on at them on a broadcast. I don't have no problem with people saying what Tony said. Just I don't know if you want to do that during a game, a live game when people watching, because it's a lot of mixed feelings. And I guess he was just doing his job. Either way, Tony Romo turned back into Tony Romo, the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, because he got mad and was like, how many times these guys going to keep blowing the game for you and whatnot? And he was talking about Kadarius and the receivers. And he was like, another play by the receivers that cost the Chiefs. Like, clearly, this is a deeper problem than just, oh, no, that really was a fumble by Devontae Smith. Yeah, the Eagles offense fucking themselves. But that was legitimately a problem. Who keep putting Kadarius Toney in the position to fuck up? And the fact that Kadarius Toney keep fucking up, who is that on? That's not on the refs. And so I understand Pat Mahomes' frustrations, but his frustrations can't be with the refs. His frustrations is with his teammates. Drop after drop. Penalties, the flags. It's just so much shit that's happening. That's self-inflicted. Things that they are doing that are beating themselves. That's what Pat Mahomes was mad about. Now, I know people ain't going to be a fan of how he acted in the press conference, still going at the refs and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure he'll get fined for it. And listen, Pat Mahomes, I agree with you 100% as far as how bad the refs done been this year, but I don't agree with you on this specific call. But the refs have been god awful this year. Like, it's no doubt about that. The refs got it right on this one. Point blank period. To me, the problem is the Chiefs are being punished for for what they chose to do to Pat Mahomes. And, you know, a couple years ago, I talked about it was a game where Lamar Jackson finally had blew up at his receivers. Like, you could see him snapping at his receivers. You could see, like, he was frustrated. And you thought, and I was thinking to myself, that's how long it took for Lamar Jackson to finally get frustrated with having no help. What you just saw was how long. That is a phenomenal catch by Gallup. Oh my goodness. Gallup just made a catch, boy. Oh, I wish y'all could see this catch. That was a hell of a throw by Dak too, but what a catch. Boy, these look like two different teams. I really want to see this Dak. That is a hell of a catch by Gallup. I really want to see Dallas take on San Francisco again. Because Dak Prescott a completely different quarterback right now than what he was when they played the first time. So I'm very interested to see that. But what were we talking about? What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, the Chiefs. Like I said, the Chiefs are paying because of what they chose to do when it came to Tyreek Hill. You didn't pay Tyreek Hill. You don't pay Travis Kelce market value. Yet you chose to be cheap with the talent. And now Pat Mahomes is visibly frustrated. His emotions is boiling over now. He can't be the cool, calm, collected team guy. You know, I put the blame on me, everybody doing their job type of shit no more. He is visibly frustrated and pissed off now because now he know I'm doing everything I can to win these games and my receivers is still fucking me over. Either they run the wrong route. Either when I'm scrambling to try to make a play, they do some dumb shit at the end of the play. The only guy he can trust, and like I said, he can't do it on a weekly basis because this man's body is broken down at this point, is Travis Kelce. That's it. So I feel for Pat Mahomes because I told y'all this would be a problem. I told you before it became a problem, it would become a problem. I was one of the only people who I heard saying that this would be a problem. Even after they won the Super Bowl, I said it was a problem. To be this type of cheap, bro, you don't think about what you're doing to Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes putting on that Superman cape last year to win the Super Bowl was cool. To continue to ask him to do that on a yearly basis because you choose not to go out there and get him help is a problem. And I understand you got him Isaiah Pacheco. That was a great draft pick. Travis Kelce is not the same Travis Kelce. He can still make a big play here or there, but clearly these injuries in his playing this many games a season the last couple years done took its toll on him. He need help. And not only that, you took a toll on him when you chose to take Tyreek away from him. Because that didn't just make it harder for Pat Mahomes. That made it harder for Travis Kelce. That made it harder for everybody on the offense. That made it harder for Andy Reid. And just because the results didn't immediately show you that, you didn't think, you would have thought that the Chiefs would have said, okay, we got one without without Tyreek Hill. Now let's not have to go through that again. Let's go get our guy some talent, some help. To me, Pat Mahomes being pissed off, his anger boiling over, a lot of that, none of that to me had to do with the ref. He said that's like one of the craziest calls and yada yada. Nah, my boy. What you thinking is that's one of the craziest mistakes I done ever had a player on my fucking team make in this type of moment. Remember, Pat Mahomes lost to the Patriots in his first year as a starter because of offside call. That essentially cost them a game. This game obviously nowhere near the same value, even though they in a thick race in the in the AFC. But this is just his frustration boiling over. And I said it last week. Every single game Pat Mahomes done played, he done shown you how great he is and given his team an opportunity to win. Has he been perfect in every game? No. He done given his team an opportunity to win every game. But they just are not making the plays. Either they run the wrong route. They don't do the freestyle plays properly. They drop passes. It's just so much going on with this offense. They not a great run team without Isaiah Pacheco. So, And I think another thing that some people forget, a quarterback having to not know who he can rely on a weekly basis is not easy for a quarterback. And I would not advise that for a team to do that to their quarterback, because Pat Mahomes coming in on a weekly basis now, he used to know I can come in every week. I can trust Tyreek and Kelsey. We don't have a great running game, but it don't matter. I can make up for that because of the two dudes we got on the outside. Who on the Chiefs team is making them pay so much money to where they could not have kept Tyreek right now? Because if you asking me to trade off between a Chris Jones and a Tyreek, I'm taking Tyreek every day of the week. And I love Chris Jones, but that's a trade-off that you don't even question. Why is that, Saint? Well, the reason I'm taking a Tyreek every single day of the week, and I just told you it have nothing to do with Chris Jones' talent, is because Tyreek's talent directly affects Pat Mahomes. Chris Jones' talent helps the team overall. And it do help Pat Mahomes, but it does not directly affect Pat Mahomes. What he do on that defensive side of the ball, obviously they help Pat because Pat play for the Chiefs. What Tyreek do directly is helping Patrick Mahomes. To get rid of that and not replace it, to me, is insanity. And that is me, like I said before, that is not understanding how great Pat Mahomes is. That is you being cheap and saying, he's so great, we don't even got it. We could be lazy now. We could be cheap now. And that's why you seeing Pat Mahomes' frustration boil over. But I hope my guy get it figured out. Shout out to my guy, Josh Allen. I saw somebody say today, Josh Allen played great the whole game, carried his team. No, he did not play great the whole game. But my boy did do what he had to do. And the only reason I even said that is because I'm getting sick and tired of people being like, oh, well, Lamar had an up and down game. Bruh, did he make the plays needed to be made to win games? It's like y'all expect quarterbacks to go out there and play perfect games every single game. That's crazy. Clearly, my definition of a great game or a good game is not the same by the biased ass, racist ass, stupid ass, confused ass media. And that's not me going at all the media. That's me picking out people in the media without having to say names. That's why I use different things for each of these moronic ass analysts. Josh Allen did exactly what he needed to do. Josh Allen made some throws in that fucking game, boy. He almost was going out on one of them plays, and he tossed that bitch up to Cook. No, it wasn't Cook. It was Latavius Murray. And then Murray fumbled the shit, tried to get a game away. But Buffalo's offense, we already know KC got a bad offense, but Buffalo's offense, man. Buffalo's offense put up 14 points in the first half of this game. They finished the game with 20. Yeah. You catch my drift. I'm not quite sure if Buffalo gonna make the playoffs. I'm gonna say they are because I'm gonna put my faith in Josh Allen before I put it in a lot of these other guys, but I don't know. I got no clue. Their offense does not look great. A lot of the times I'm watching their offense and I'm saying to myself, what is happening right now? Like, bro, what the fuck is these play calls? Like, what even is y'all even calling plays, or is y'all just telling Josh, go out there and see what you see and, do what you need to do, bro? Because that's what it kind of feel like a lot of times. I'm watching the Buffalo Bills offense now. Clearly, they mismanaged the hiring of whoever the fuck they hired after Brian Daboll. Clearly, they did not realize how big of an impact Brian Daboll played on that offense, because that offense ain't look nowhere near to me as good, or not even good, consistent. Because the offense always gonna have. It's like they showed the stat today. The wins they like 8-16 in one score games, and like 22-1 in scores of like 10 or something or more. They got like 22 plus. They got multiple victories where they beat people by like 22 plus points or some shit like that. That's always gonna happen when you play against a terrible team or a team whose number you got, and you got Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a stud quarterback. I keep telling people that. So the special quarterbacks, they have certain things they gonna, like the norm for Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, they gonna get you 10 wins a season more than likely. Probably 12. if they don't have a tough schedule with like 3 games with 2 over 500. You know what I'm saying? On a regular year, they getting you at least 10 to 12 wins. And that's the beauty in having those dudes. They're going to get you wins that you probably shouldn't get. They're going to get you wins that you probably wouldn't get if you didn't have them. And they're going to get you the wins that we mark this game on our calendar as we going to win it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you don't have a good team, you can't just mark games down as, we should win this game. No game is a should win when you ain't got a franchise quarterback, in my opinion. Point blank, period. But these teams do happen to have a good franchise quarterback. So my thing with Josh Allen, in this offense is I don't really know at this point, because I don't even remember what my last topic was. But my point on the offense is clearly the mismanagement of understanding how much a role Brian Daboll played with Josh Allen and how much of the influence of his offense. Like I said, you cannot be, I remember what it was. You can't be hyped up in some of the games that they done have, because Josh Allen's a stud quarterback, bro. He gonna have games where they just fuck people up. The problem, though, is the consistency, the offensive, the offense gonna go out there and be consistent every single week. They might have a week or 2 or 3 where they it's kind of a rough week. But for the most part, you know what to expect from the team on a weekly basis. I don't believe that's a thing right now for the Bills. You don't know what you're going to expect offensively from them on a week-to-week basis. And that's a problem. And that's how I know they mismanaged. And it's been happening to me for about 2 years. I told you last year and beginning this year, I didn't really think Ken Dorsey was the answer. I can't remember who running the offense now. Another problem I think they're having is obviously you lose all-pro Matt Milano, but Leslie Frazier was just better at calling this defense than Sean McDermott is to me. You can feel however you want to feel about it. I don't think that was the right decision to have Sean to not allow Leslie Frazier to continue to run this defense. To me, it's a good defense still. It's not the same defense it was, in my opinion, under Leslie Frazier. So I don't know if the Bills going to make the playoffs. I'm still going to rock with Josh Allen. But after watching this game, and I picked them to win this game, man, I was not enthused. I'm not going to lie. Because the Chiefs' offense is terrible right now. You just struggled to beat a team that only put up 17 points. I know these type of games happen, but your offense is healthy right now. That's a problem. That's telling me that the growth, the creativity for the Bills, it's not there. They are now fully just relying on Josh Allen and his talent. And that is a problem. But I know somebody going to go out there and be like, oh, Josh Allen and these turnovers. Well, y'all love going at the easiest thing that's possible to make y'all, to allow y'all not to have to do y'all fucking jobs. It's absolutely insane. Detroit lost to Chicago today. 13-28. This is why every time I pick Detroit to win a game the last couple of weeks, I'd be like, yeah, I guess I picked Detroit. I don't like it, though. Because I told y'all, bro. They look worse and worse each week to me. I was not kidding y'all. At some point in time, y'all, I don't want to keep saying, I told you. At some point in time, y'all just going to have to be like, yeah, this motherfucker actually be knowing what he be talking about. Because I done been telling y'all for probably a month and a half that I didn't think that Detroit was a good enough team. To me, and now that Dallas just did what they did to Philadelphia, I look at Dallas in a completely new light. Detroit still not beating none of these top 3 teams. The Eagles look interesting, because I don't know if it's all the tough games they done played, accumulation of that is what's beating them down. They done played a lot of snaps the last couple weeks on the defensive side of the ball. I don't know what it is, but Dallas starting to look like they get now. Yes, and this is Dallas's first win over they beat the Seahawks, but the Seahawks no longer over 500. But they did beat them over when they was over 500 at the time. I'm gonna be fair. But they just smacked the Eagles. Now I know some people are like, oh, what's at home? The Eagles been looking, don't matter. But we'll get to Dallas when we get to them. Chicago. I mean, I'm not gonna say too much about them. Chicago at this point does not matter until the offseason. but Detroit is the main focus in this. Once again, I'll continue to say that when Ryan Clark said that he trusted Jared Goff more than he trusted Lamar Jackson and really any quarterback other than Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, that's when I wanted to slap the shit out of Ryan Clark, bro. Because it's shit, you see, shit like that is what really be pissing me off. Because like I said at that time, see, I done got angry about that. Every time I bring that up, I get pissed off. Like legitimately, that be kind of making my blood boil. Because if I'm, bro, as a fan, just as a fan and a spectator of the sport, to watch what Lamar Jackson done been for his team off of his pure talent, and to know what Jared Goff done been afforded because of the talent he done been around, is so fucking ignorant to say I trust Jared Goff more than I trust Lamar Jackson. And it ain't even just the fact that Jared Goff, we know he not better than Lamar. It's the fact that we done got a mountain of evidence as to what Jared Goff is. But people continue want to rewriting his narrative when he have good stretches of football games. And then when he regress back into the same Jared Goff, then people want to treat him like the same Jared Goff. But Lamar Jackson is not afforded the opportunity to be, or he not afforded the right to be judged off of his history as far as being a winning fucking quarterback. So when I heard Ryan Clark say that, it just made my blood boil that day. And it's been boiling over ever since, because Jared Goff had yet another bad game. Jared Goff struggled yet again. It's very funny that now that the Lions have enough wins, people starting to realize this might not be the best coached team after all. It's almost like I've been saying that for about 2-3 years now. That Dan Quinn just be out there calling plays and I just be out there yelling and shit. Don't really be out there doing much. Just yelling and shit. I'm still wondering what he do as a head coach. I'm still trying to figure out what it is that make him special as a head coach. Because I can't keep letting people get away with telling me a coach is good and I don't see the direct impact coaches is having on a team. Especially when you see coaches out there like a Kyle Shanahan, a Sean McVay, a Andy Reid, Mike McDaniels. Guys who you can see they direct impact on the team. So, hey, I'm just saying, Detroit is exactly who I said they were. What Detroit is also lucky that it took the Packers this long to figure it the fuck out. I was always confident, but now I'm even more confident because this game was just validation of what I've been seeing from Detroit on a week-to-week basis. It is a ceiling with Detroit because of a couple things. The defense is not that great, regardless of what people wanted to say. The head coaching and the quarterback, however, is going to continue to hold this team back. I don't care how good you think the Lions going to be. At some point in time, when it's time to lock in and play some real football and get serious, the things is going to always hold them back. Jared Goff and his ceiling. And the fact that I just don't even know what Dan Campbell do as a head coach, bro. I guess you would say Dan Campbell and his lack of credentials as a head coach, or I don't even know with him at this point. But the Rams end up losing 31-37 in Baltimore. The bank. Shout out to Tylan Wallace. Mr. Wallace. Shout out to you, my guy. Game winning walk off OT. Jesus Christ. OT game winning walk off punt return. This was a great game. Some great plays happened in this game. Marlon Humphreys got cooked at the end of the game. That's the only reason the game went into overtime after Lamar Jackson had a beautiful game winning drive. Shout out to Zay Flowers, Nelson Aguilar. Isaiah Likely had a great game also. But to me, the Ravens offense keeps showing you on a week-to-week basis that they might actually, they gonna miss Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews just make them plays that Lamar need him to make to keep drives alive. I'm now realizing, and I understand they just put up 30 plus again. Lamar Jackson, a huge part of why he can go out there and throw up so many points on the team. A lot of that got to do with the drives in the game that usually, okay, so let's say you get 6 drives a game. 3 of those will probably be scoring drives. The other 3 will probably be wasted drives. The way that you get those 6 or 5 out of those 6 drives to score is the Mark Andrews connection. he gets you those extra 2 scores that you need in a tough game. And it's going to be, and that's basically how I'm breaking it down. But Baltimore did end up winning this game, and I'll get deeper into this game later. Carolina, I'm trying to blow through some of these games that don't matter. Carolina, New Orleans don't matter to me, but it mattered to New Orleans. They win 28-6. Tampa Bay, bruh. Atlanta fucking suck. This is why I don't care about their defense. This is why I wasn't even clowning their defense. I was just telling y'all need to look at things based off of who they playing. Atlanta defense showing once again exactly the shit that I was saying in the offseason. Shout out to my boy Calais Campbell. Somehow, some way, the football god said, Baker, have this one. He made the one throw that he probably made the whole game to win this game after missing damn near every throw he needed to make this game. I saw somebody tweet after this game, we need to give Baker Mayfield a round of applause and cease with the hate because he having one of his best seasons, one of the best seasons that nobody talking about. That tweet was just a fucking lie. Like, bro, that had to be Baker Midfield tweeting from a Baker Midfield, what you call them shits? What do you call them shits? Catfish accounts or whatever they call, a dummy account, whatever it's called, bro. That had to be what's happening because no fucking way. No fucking way. You tweet some shit like that. That was crazy. Bruh, Baker done been bad like the last 4 weeks. What are you talking about? He having a great season. Man, that shit made me so mad when I saw that tweet, bro. I was like, man, niggas just get, see, got me saying the N-word. I'm like, dudes just get on Twitter and just be saying shit. And it was like 800 people who liked that motherfucker, man. I'm like, see, this the blind leading the blind. It's not even the blind. I ain't gonna do that to my blind people. This the dumbass leading the dumbasses, bro. It don't make no sense. Talking about Baker that had to been great this shit. Bro, in what universe? Like, my goodness, now I got on here and praised Baker Midfield. The game he actually did have a great game. And this game had a lot of weird shit happening at the end of it, bro. Just, you could go probably watch it on YouTube, to be completely honest with you. Because when I was watching the end of it, I was like, man, watch they upload this shit on YouTube. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go check right now. Jacksonville lost to Cleveland 27-31. Shout out to my guy, Joe Flacco. Hey, man. Clearly, I don't root for the Cleveland Browns, but Joe Flacco is my guy. He won me he won my the squad I root for a Super Bowl, so I'm forever grateful. He went out there and played a great game today to help them beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. I imagine it helped, however, having Trevor Lawrence throw 3 interceptions today. I said Trevor Lawrence wasn't playing today because of that injury he suffered on Monday Night Football. They had him out there today. Now, I want to say something. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, he limited his ankle. If his ankle was hurt, he shouldn't be on the field. Y'all cannot keep doing this shit with these white quarterbacks, man. I saw y'all last week, somebody posted, look at Joe Burrow on the sideline with his teammates and look at Deshaun Watson. Y'all really only do this racist ass shit when it come to these black, bruh. Bruh, they both hurt. Who the fuck cares? Y'all did that shit to Lamar Jackson last year when he was trying to get healthy and didn't show up on the sideline. And sometimes I be thinking like these white players, bro, they know what they be doing, bro. Like they go the extra mile to get the white knight treatment, bro. Like some of these white quarterbacks really irritate me when they not real. That's why I don't got no problem with some of the white quarterbacks that y'all hate. Because I'm like, bro, y'all hate this motherfucker because he ain't acting like all these other white quarterbacks. He not kissing the media's ass. He not doing extra goofy shit to make himself look like he's just a better person than everybody on the team because he can throw a fucking football. Shit makes absolutely no sense, bro. Like, y'all disgust me, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all disgust me. Not y'all, not y'all fans. Not the viewers. But, and also, bruh, if you go out there and you play, I don't want to hear shit. They kept doing that shit to Joe Burrow. Oh, you know, he not healthy. Bro, if they know they're not getting no healthier playing and then they originally get hurt, who is that on? And then they get hurt worse, who that's on? Because if Trevor Lawrence go out there and hurt his ankle worse, who is that on? Trevor Lawrence and the organization? or on some mysterious force, because clearly, he probably shouldn't be playing. But because of this playoff race, they forcing him to probably. Well, I'm probably sure they're not forcing him to. But it's a growing concern or thing that, you know, maybe we should have him. We need him, basically. It's very telling that they didn't think they could beat the Cleveland Browns without him. Houston lost 6-30 in New York. Zach Wilson had an outer body experience today. CJ Stroud went down with an injury. So when I know more about that, I'll talk to you guys about it. The Colts end up getting slapped by Cincinnati 14-34, which is just further proof, like I've been saying, you could put any quarterback back there and they could make some shit happen with that Bengals weaponry, bro. Now, I'm not going to remind y'all that every week, because they ain't going to win every week. But every week they do win and put up numbers like this. Because go look at the game by Jake Browning. He wasn't really great, but boy, them boys around him was. The Seattle Seahawks got slapped once again, 16-28 by San Fran. I would like to point out, Geno did not play in this game. Also, it was a moment in this game where DK Metcalf suplexed Fred Warner. Hey, DK got to chill out, man. DK got to chill out. I'm going to tell you what's crazy. This motherfucker DK treat defenders like he is a defender. That is actually kind of funny to me. I'm not going to lie. Like, defenders know. I remember DK's rookie year. He used to get bitched a lot. Like, people used to test him. Now, I have no problem with DK being the fire starter, bruh. Like, people always like, oh, he need to keep his emotions in check. Nah. Because if he was getting bullied around all the time, it'd be like, oh, he's soft. I actually like DK more now. Like, I wasn't really feeling the dumbass pacifier mouthpiece and then the colorful hair with the pacifier. You know, that really wasn't for me. I'm like, this big, gigantic looking dude with I really wanted to say the N-word right there. I really wanted to say the N-word. That shit would have flowed so I might still say it, to be honest with you, but I'm not. But yeah, DK going out there and motherfucker just went out there and suplexed. I was finna say the N-word again. Motherfucker just went out there and suplexed a back-to-back. He did he German suplexed Fred Warner, bro. That's a fucking linebacker. And then when he got in his face and grabbed his face mask and Fred Warner did do the smart thing, but he still went out there and acted like a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. When you throw your hands up, that's my natural reaction is, oh, here he go, acting like a bitch. Because Fred Warner retaliated when he got that thing happen to him. So, bro, and I understand Fred Warner really was being smart because he retaliated during the, but I mean, he hit DK in the neck, head area, bro. That could have hurt DK. So, I don't know, man. I don't like him backing out as if he didn't do nothing, but I understand the mind game he playing. DK just like, yo, I ain't on no mind game, pussy. I'm in your grill. I'm in your shit. I don't know. I just like DK's energy. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. He be chirping it. Now, the Ravens need to go trade for DK. I thought they needed to trade for him a couple years ago. They need to go trade for DK. It's a real shame Seattle don't have DK going out there averaging about 8 catches a game, seeing like 10 targets. It really is a shame because DK done become a better receiver since he done got in. He was already a good receiver when he came into the league, but he done become an even better receiver since coming into the league. And I think the better he done got, hell, I could say this year, the less he done been used at certain points. And I understand the quarterback situation in Seattle right now, but I really think that bigger than the quarterback situation is the play calling situation. Go watch these games by Seattle, bro. It don't make no sense, these play calls and how they use guys. And then it do come down to the decision making for the quarterbacks. Like, man, when you have all of those things going bad for you right now, none of those things is hitting at 100. It's tough. Next up, we got, oh boy, Minnesota and Vegas just set a record for the lowest scoring game in NFL history, I believe, or since probably some old ass other game. 3-0. I'm not wasting my time talking about that. Denver ended up winning 24-7 in LA against the Chargers. Justin Herbert broke his pinky or something like that. He broke one of them digits on his hand. And obviously the Cowboys just defeated the Eagles 33-13. I need to write that down. I'm going to tell y'all what kind of irritate me. San Fran beat both of these motherfuckers. And that's kind of frustrating. Because, so San Fran, if San Fran had a loss to, and they not playing again. If San Fran had a loss to Dallas, but beat the Eagles, and then the Eagles beat the Cowboys, but then the Cowboys beat the Eagles again, but then San Fran beat the Cowboys, but then the Eagles. You get what I'm trying to say? I wish all of these teams beat each other this year already. That would make this so much funner. Because the Eagles and the Cowboys unbeat each other, but they haven't beat the San Fran. And I don't really like that because it's going to make me have to say San Fran the better team. Even though San Fran and Dallas both look great right now. I will give San Fran the edge only because they beat Dallas, but that don't mean nothing to me. Because right now, she's probably getting ready. But he don't know that I cut my, what she said? I carved my name into the side of his pretty little suit up 4-wheel drive. Carved my name into his leather seats. Maybe next time he'll think. Bro, I heard a song called I Hope. I don't know how that popped up in my head that quick. I don't remember who sang it. I think it's a woman named Gabby. It's another white woman. Carrie Underwood sang the shit I was just singing before he cheats. But this other song by this woman named Gabby, I don't know her last name. Gabby something. She made a song called I Hope. And that's damn near the same thing, basically about cheating. Like, how that shit go? Oh, she's everything. I can't remember how it go right now, but it's basically like a remix to I Hope He Cheats. Pretty smooth. Anyways, where were we at? I don't know where we were at. Where we was at. I lost my train of thought. I do want to talk about Sean McDermott real quick. Because I talked about this on the last episode. Maybe this got on the last episode. I don't know if this one got on into the last episode. I'm gonna have to check. Even though I done deleted the video, so how is that possible now? I'm gonna just have to check. Let's talk about Dallas real quick though. Great win by the Dallas Cowboys. The Eagles looked atrocious. The Eagles offense looked atrocious. The Eagles defense looked god awful to start the game, but they finished the game far better than they ended the game. The Eagles offense just did nothing this game. Every big play, fumble. Like, this was a god awful. I don't understand what's going on with the Eagles. Last week, the defense chose not to show up. This week, the offense decided not to show up. So now you look at the Eagles done fallen all the way to the 5th seed. They are 10-3. San Fran is 10-3. Dallas is 10-3. So the division leaders, you got San Fran at 1, Dallas at 2, Detroit at 3, Tampa at 4. Then in the wild card, you got Philly, Minnesota, Green Bay. Bro, I don't want to hear nobody complain about quarterbacks in the AFC having cakewalks to shit. To get to a Super Bowl right now, San Fran would have to beat a rookie Jordan Love, basically, because this is his first year. Josh Dobbs in an offense that just put up 3 fucking points. Baker Mayfield in the fucking Tampa Bay Bucks. The Lions that's falling apart at the seams. Stop playing with me, bruh. I didn't name not one legendary quarterback or quarterback that's got a chance at being nothing out of all them teams. Meanwhile, in the AFC, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Tua Tagovailoa, Josh Allen. Hell, Russell Wilson's still a legend, even though he ain't. It's been an interesting year. But Dallas looked great. I don't know what's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles. They look terrible right now. In back-to-back weeks. Boy, I imagine Skip gonna go crazy tomorrow on Undisputed. I saw a clip where Skip said this the funnest he done. This is his favorite version of Undisputed. Yeah, whatever, pussy. Anyways, I appreciate you all for joining me on another episode of Kicking It With Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You can be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. Listen to me. Listen to me. It's hard out here. You know, I think in life we all really do want to just be loved and love somebody. A lot of people won't tell it to you, but I think that is really what most people want in life. And it's rough when you sit around and you want somebody, you ain't got that somebody, and you start getting into this mental headspace where I'm never going to be good enough for somebody. I'm never going to be enough, yada, yada, yada. Hey, yo, get out of that, my guy. Get out of that. You good enough for somebody. There's going to be somebody out there for you. Keep perfecting yourself. Keep perfecting your craft. Keep trying to become great. And you're going to knock this shit out, all right? I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for all the support. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, she know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy, scoop her up like I'm raking or something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.